Welcome back, DIYers. In today's video, we're going to show you how we're going to fix this hole in the ceiling. So let's dive in. So here's a little bit closer view of what I did. I actually had to replace this fan in my restroom, and so in order to do that, I actually had to cut out the ceiling a little bit right here. So we're going to go ahead and replace that. Normally you just grab a scrap piece of lumber and you can run it the full length of the hole. But because of this one, there is a fan right next to one side, so I'll show you an up close picture of that in just a second. I went and grabbed a scrap piece of paper, kind of cut it to the length of the hole, and I'm just going to drill a couple screws into the side right there. I also want to point out there is a little other piece on the side where I messed up, kind of ripped off some drywall as well on the ceiling, and I'm going to show you how to fix that as well. So all you're going to do is grab a scrap piece of lumber and screw it into your ceiling. You just put a couple screws in there, and what you're doing is just kind of getting a base that you're going to be able to put the rest of your drywall into as well. So I put one screw on the other side, didn't fully put it in there, put the other one in as well. You want to make sure that you're holding your scrap piece of lumber right here because you don't want it to move around or slide around. Again, it's not really on there, it's not really being held by anything either. So you want to go ahead and get it screwed in there, make sure it's tight, and then put all your screws all the way in. This is what it should look like with a little bit of overhang on the side, or again a place where you can put your other piece of drywall. So what I'm doing here, I cut my drywall to fit in this hole, and for me it is a little bit different. As you can see, my fan right there, so I did cut it, but you can also see that there's going to be a fan on the other side. I did want to check and see what it looked like, but if yours just has a hole in there, all you're going to have to do is just fit into that spot. You'll cover up all the edges and all the imperfections here in just a moment with some putty and also some tape, so I'll show you what that looks like as well. But once you have measured your thing out, make sure you got it all nice and neat, you will go ahead and in the little spot you had, you'll just put some drywall in there. You're going to do the same thing that you did with the board, but for this one you want to just fit in that little hole, and now you're going to screw into your scrap piece of wood. I do apologize for the camera angle, sorry. I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. But you're just going to put a couple different screws in there just to make sure it is tight. So this way, that's going to be your anchor. That's what's actually going to hold this piece of drywall into your ceiling and make sure that it does stay. And here is what you're trying to create. You can see again, you have the screws into the board and then also the screws on the other side that you just put your scrap piece of drywall in there. Then once you've done this, you can grab some of this drywall putty. I'll actually have a link for all these items that I use down below. I really like this one because once you put it on, it's pink, and when it dries, then you know it's dry. It's going to turn white. So this one is really nice and really easy to use because you'll see how much you need to get done, and then also you'll know exactly once it is dried, so that way you're not going to try to sand or even mess with anything that's not fully dried yet. But the main thing you're doing right here is covering up these seams. You want to make sure that the seams are nice and covered, and just this entire area right here is covered up. It doesn't have to be perfect because here in just a moment we are going to sand this down a little bit, so it doesn't have to be pristine or any kind of thing. You just want to make sure you get enough on there so when it dries there's plenty on there. And you also want to feather it out just a little bit so it's not just in the area that you're working with. You want to have a little bit around there, and again, not too bad because you're going to be able to edit this and actually sand this down a little bit later. So went ahead and let that dry, and now I'm back sanding this area. You want to get it as smooth as possible, and this is going to be pretty important for later on, but you want this to be nice and smooth because again, you're going to be putting some tape on this here in just a moment. Later you will sand it down. You want to make sure it's nice and smooth so when you paint over it for other purposes, you want it to be clean. But once you have done your sanding, then what you're going to do is grab some of this tape right here and you're going to put this on the edges. What this does is just make sure that anytime the house moves or any kind of thing like that, that this edge is going to stay connected to the drywall. And so this is just a little helpful precaution just to make sure that no more rips or no more lines are going to be showing as well. So it just kind of gives it a little more stability and strength. So it's really easy to do. You're just going to grab, again, some of this drywall tape. I'll have a link for this down below, and just put it on the edges of where your drywall piece touches the rest of the ceiling. And as you can see, here's a little bit closer view of what I'm actually doing. And again, you're just going to be taking that tape, putting it on the seams. This doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to cover this up here in just a moment with some more of the drywall putty as well. So you just want to get this on the seams to make sure you have a little bit of extra strength, making sure that this is going to stay connected. And again, make sure it will not show once you are finished. So again, you see the last little piece of tape just along the edges there. Just make sure it's nice and tight, and you can go ahead and just make sure everything is clean. Also, if this video has been helpful so far, you can let me know that. You can leave a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask those in the comments. Now, once you have the tape on there, you're going to go ahead and grab some more of the putty and cover it back up. This is just adding a little extra stability for the compound, and then also, again, like I said, for the joints. So you want to just add more of this on here and just making sure it's nice and clean. So this will also, again, just make sure that everything is going to look right and look nice. So again, you're just like you did earlier, you want to cover this entire area with a putty. And I really like this one again because it goes on pink, and once it's dry, it's white, and you know that you're able, again, then to work on it. So went ahead and just fast forward the video. Again, we've seen me put this putty on there for the first time. This is the second coat. You want to just make sure that the entire area is covered, and then you should be good to go. Very similar. You don't have to be super perfect on this because you will come back and sand this a little bit later. But you can see what this looks like. Looks really good. And again, same thing. You're going to have to let this sit for a minute, and then you'll come back. Now, I'm not sure why I didn't take the cover off right here until a little bit later, but if you do have just the area that's ripped on the side, you're not going to have to do all the other stuff. What you will need to do is just put some of this putty on there. You need to clean it off a little bit, make sure that's nice and smooth. Put some of the putty on there, and then I'll show you what we're going to do in just a moment. But this one's a lot easier just to fix some of this ripped drywall. I actually have another video on how to fix ripped drywall, and I'll link that down below. But again, same thing with this. You're just going to put a little bit of that on there. You'll come back here in just a moment and make sure that you sand this back down in order to finish it out. And here's what it looks like when it dries. As you can see, it looks really good, and I think this did the job. Again, both sides look really good. What you'll need to do next is grab you some sandpaper or sand block, whatever you want to use, and just clean this up a little bit. You want to make sure this is nice and smooth. Again, now you will be getting into some of the details of this job. You want it to look really nice. You want it to look really clean. And again, you don't want anyone to be able to tell that you actually did have to fix this little area. That's the goal of this, is to make it look nice and smooth. It will be different depending on what kind of ceiling you have. As you can see, I have the textured ceiling, which is a little difficult to match. If you have just the regular drywall ceiling with nothing on it and it's just painted, that one is a little bit easier to match, but these do have a little bit more difficulty in them, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to use. There are multiple different things you can use to actually try to match your ceiling, but I'm going to show you what you can use as well. Honestly, a lot of people also recommend that you paint the entire ceiling for this, but as you're going to see, I'm not going to fully do that. I'm going to show you what I do here in just a moment. I did end up painting this area right here. Just wanted to paint over some of the areas that I had already worked on. Good thing about my area is that a lot of it will be covered with the fan cover, as you see right there, but I did want to try to match the color. I'm trying to match that white color that I have all over my ceiling with the addition that I have already done. So again, once I have sanded it down, then you're able to go ahead and put the color on. And the reason I did it like this was because I was planning on using a spray that was going to try to match the ceiling itself, but I actually ended up going with something else, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. So here's what it looks like, and I think it looks really nice and pretty smooth. But again, we're going to try to match that just dimple pattern and the little pattern that they have. I actually grabbed some of this stuff at Home Depot, and I wanted to try it out. I will say, from hindsight, this actually is a putty itself. And one of the reasons I say that is you might not have to do the last putty I did just earlier and then paint. You can actually just do this one. And the reason I say that is when I added this, it did make everything a little bit thicker, and you can kind of tell where I did the additions because of how thick this is. But I do think this matches the ceiling really well, and I'll show you once we're done. But as you can see, it kind of goes on a little grayish, but it will change back more towards the color. And I did want to just show you guys again what this does. It just kind of really goes on like the mud. It's a little more liquid, but one of the cool things is you don't have to be super perfect with this. You want to get it as nice and clean. You know, try to get all of the little like lines out of it, but it has all the built-in, you know, stipples and stuff like that on there. So you're going to be able to try your best to match what it's going to look like when your ceiling is finished. So I went ahead and touched up, make sure the area looks nice and clean. You don't want it to be super thick, and here's what it actually turned out and looked like. I think it looks really good, and it actually matches really well. I did have to give it a little while, actually a couple weeks for it to fully dry, and I think the finished product looks great. So the colors match pretty well, and so does the actual design as well. I think overall it is a huge success, definitely better than the hole in the wall. I will say that the camera does kind of pull it out a little bit, but it looks even better than this in real life. So overall, if this video is helpful, you can let me know that. You can leave a like and subscribe. Also, you can check out more drywall repairs down below, and I'll see you in the next video.